and welcome to your Daily 5. I am Jane Gallina, also known as Airplane Jane. I'm out there on social media sharing every day to help fellow traders. You can reach me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, my website, cjanetrade.com, and also Telegram, Airplane Jane, XRP Bull. And if you ever have any questions, please feel free to email me at jane@cjanetrade.com. All right, let's get started. We are in the midst of earnings season. That means we are going to check out some earnings stocks going into next week. So we do have PayPal that will be reporting next week, and it looks like a nice giant W if you do see it there on the chart. In fact, when we look at the weekly chart, it looks even stronger. We have a yearly high of 309.14. If we are able to break up above with a close with earnings, I think we might see this go up to 330. So potential for $24 move to the upside, as well as 8% gains. Next up is going to be Mastercard. Everything is happening digitally since we went into COVID, and these digital pay stocks are definitely stronger. Looking at Mastercard as well, if we can break that 401.50 high that we had, which I think we might see that we scream up to that 400 mark with earnings, as long as we can break that midline resistance right up about here, right at about 390. So watching for that 390 level to be broken with a nice $10 move to the upside to 400 or 401.50. Moving forward, Square. Square has just talked about adding on Bitcoin. They are also in a bit of a W pattern. So if we have the ability to break up higher with earnings, you can see we have a support level roughly around 212 and a resistance around 283. If we can break that, I think we might see this move on up to roughly 330, breaking well into the 300s. You can see on that MACD, it looks like we're getting a nice buy signal on that weekly chart. Now, we have been looking at financial payment systems, but let's look at the banks, right? The XLF ETF is definitely starting to show a bit of a downward wedge. This is the daily, but if we look further into the weekly chart, this is going to be the equi-volume. You can see that we are setting up a bit of a downward wedge. Let's draw it on here with yellow. So we do have right here a resistance line. And right here, we have this area right here, right? So I'm looking to see if we're able to come back down, break down below here, and see if we're going to test this support again down at 35. Otherwise, we have that potential to break out to the upside up here for potentially new highs. But we are definitely in a downward trend ever since the beginning of June. It looks like the banks have been losing a little bit of steam, which will also relate over into the Russell. The XLF financial stocks are going to be 20% of the Russell. Here we do have a weekly chart as well, and you can see that we do have a fairly strong area of potential consolidation, right? And we're looking at roughly, sorry, this line moved, roughly 217.50 up to 228.50. So if we break down below 217.50 with a close below here, we are bouncing this week, but we could see that some earnings and bank weakness create another leg down for another $11 move to the downside, roughly down to 207, right? If we break out up above, but we are on this descending wedge down further on the Russell. So we might see that it does move to the downside. We did have dark pool prints right up here, and we are below them. So if you would like to learn more about the dark pool prints, come on over to the training pit at thedarkpools.com, and I'd be happy to help educate you more. That's your Daily 5 for today with Jane Gallina. Please feel free to reach out to me at jane@cjanetrade.com. Carpe profit and seize those profits one trade at a time.
Hey, Grayson Rose here with StockCharts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, consider giving it a like down below, maybe leave us a comment, and if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe at the link up above. We're gonna bring you daily content from an incredible collection of technical analysts and financial experts.